Students, now we will see the next topic, that is the science. We have studied that near about all the subject studies students have to complete those who took admission in the Gupta universities. Now at the time of Gupta period, the great contribution was made by many branches of sciences. So in field of science we have to see that like astronomy, medicine, metallurgy means study of metals, that etc. Varahamihira was a great astronomer at the time of Guptas. He proved that moon rotates round the earth and the earth rotates round the sun. That was mentioned by Varahamihira in the past. Means we can just say that that important discovery was done by the Indians. The Brihad Samhita of Varahamihira deals with astronomy, botany, natural history and physical geography. That all the sections work was done by Varahamihira. Brahmagupta was mathematician and astronomer also. He described the law of gravitation several centuries before Newton. Students, here that is declared that the law of gravitation is mentioned by whom? Brahmagupta. Metallurgy or the scientific study of metals had reached an advanced stage during the Gupta period. Means that metallurgy also progressed or had reached in the advanced stage at the time of Guptas. This is evident from the iron pillar at Mehrauli near Qutub Minar in New Delhi. That is mentioned in where? That evidence we found from iron pillar at Mehrauli near Qutub Minar. Charaka and Sushruta were famous scholars. Charak and Sushruta were famous scholars of Ayurveda. Charak Samhita is described, students, by which we can understand the system of Ayurveda, how the human can develop or cure themselves using Ayurveda. That is mentioned by Sushruta and Charak. Aryabhatta was the great astronomer and mathematician also. He flourished during the reign of Gupta dynasty. His two famous books like Aryabhattiyam and Surya Siddhanta are the main achievements that famous books, and his main achievements we can see. He said that the earth moves round the sun. It was several centuries before the Europeans said the same thing. Students, here we also saw that was the thing which was mentioned by Varahamihira also and Aryabhatta also. He discovered the role of finding the area of a triangle. What is that? 3.1416. That was also value of pi also. Value of pi which was calculation or calculated by whom? Aryabhatta. The credit for development of trigonometry should actually go to him. But in reality, you know very well about that. In his work Surya Siddhanta, he explained the exact causes of solar and lunar eclipses. Means what? If we wanted to get more idea about solar and lunar eclipses, then we must have to go towards the Surya Siddhanta. Aryabhatta was acquainted with the decimal system and use of zero. He mentioned what? Decimal system and the value of and the use of zero. Now students, we will see the culture. The Gupta Empire was a well-organized state under a succession of versatile and mighty rulers who led it from one point of achievement to another. Means what? Gupta Empire was totally well-organized by whom? The kings and rulers of Gupta. There was political stability, so trade and commerce flourished. That was flourished because of the political stability in Guptas. This economic prosperity allowed people to pursue various arts and crafts and literary activities. Thus, the ideal conditions available in the Gupta age led to the unprecedented development of Indian culture. Means what? All the sections were flourished at the time of Guptas because what? The political situation was stable. Even the temples were built with elaborate details. Unlike the earlier period when wood or other perishable material was used for temple construction, the temples in Gupta period were built in solid material like bricks and stones. Students, at the time in the past whenever the wood and other material were just used at the time, the solid material like bricks and stone were just used for the construction of temples at the time of Gupta period. You can see on page number 65 the Vishnu temple at Devgarh. Now we will see Vishnu temple. The Vishnu temple, also called as Dashavatara temple, is one of the finest examples of Gupta architecture. It is one of the best example, the finest example of Gupta architecture. It is about 125 km from Jhansi in UP. It is it is one of the earliest Hindu stone temples to survive till date. Up to now, we can just see the Vishnu temple at Devgarh in proper situation. It was the first North Indian temple with shikhara or tower. Shikhar or tower it has. Although a part of it has disappeared, some parts also disappeared in spite of its dilapidated condition. Means what? It is not in original situation, it is also scattered, but remaining content we can just see, but it is a well settled temple. In spite of its, the temple had a compelling presence. It was completely made of stone and bricks. The temple was built on a 1.5 meter high platform. It is also having a high platform which is a 1.5 meter, 1.5 meter. It's 1.5 meter. 4 stairways outside the platform provide access to the temple. It is supporting to the temple. Its exterior is decorated with scenes from Ramayana. As per it is the Vishnu temple. The entrance and pillars were adorned with countless paintings and carvings. It is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, the god of preservation, who is shown asleep on a coil of the giant serpent called Sheshnaga. Sheshnaga's coil is just carved there or just sculptured there. On that, the image of Lord Vishnu is situated. There was an outer wall around the temple. After completion of the temple, there is also a round wall around the temple. Now students, the last topic we will see, that is the literature. The Gupta age constitutes an important phase in the history of Sanskrit literature. At the time of Guptas, we can understand that most probably the Sanskrit language is used by the teachers and for the students also. It replaced Prakrit not only in inscriptions but also in religious and philosophical literature. Afterwards, in religious and philosophical books used Prakrit language. Prakrit language means the used language by the people. Sanskrit became the language of the learned and retained its supreme position for 1,000 years. Means Sanskrit was the language of teaching at that time. For that purpose only, Guptas made Sanskrit as the official language for administrative purposes. Nowadays we can just see that our Rashtra Bhasha Hindi is used and English is also used. Sanskrit was used in official documents as well as in inscriptions. They used the Sanskrit language for inscriptions and for documents also. The classical Sanskrit literature that flowered during the Gupta period consisted of epics, poetry, drama, lyrics and prose. All that literature or that study materials having Sanskrit language. Both religious and secular literature existed side by side. Literature and religious books are just learnt by the students side by side. Even the Gupta age was distinguished by a number of writers whose contributions vastly enriched the different branches of Indian literature. We can just see that various writers just contributed for the learning for the students. In short, they just used different branches of Indian literature. This included Kalidas, Sudraka, Bhas, Harisen, Dandin, Subandhu and Bharvi. That were the writers, those who contributed. But the most shining light was, of course, Kalidas, the famous poet and dramatist. Now we will see about Kalidas. Kalidas is regarded as the greatest poet and playwright, like Shakespeare in English, India has ever produced. Vincent Smith just compared Gupta age with the Elizabethan period, as per I just mentioned. In 6th standard also you got that information. In the history of England, For example, whatever work was just done in Elizabethan period in England, same way that work was just happen in Gupta period in India. According to him, in India all the lesser rights are outshone by brilliancy of Kalidas, as in England the smaller authors are overshadowed by Shakespeare. His 4 poetic works are Ritusamhara, Raghuvansh, Meghaduta and Kumar Sambhava. Students, the 3 dramatic works of Kalidasa were that 4 are the poetic works, and now we will see the 3 dramatic works. First one is Vikramor Vanshiyam, Malvikagnimithram and Abhijanana Shakuntalam. Even the story of Abhijanana Shakuntalam you will find in detail in that 6th standards book. Abhijanana Shakuntalam narrates the love story of King Dushyanta and Shakuntala, whose son Bharata later became the ruler of India. The Meghaduta, the cloud messenger, is equally an outstanding lyrical poetic work, which was the hero of Malvikagnimithram is Chandragupta Vikramaditya. Listen, that is the poetic work. What is that? Malvikagnimithram. Its hero is considered as per Chandragupta Vikramaditya. It was written in commemorate the marriage of his daughter Prabhavati with Rudrasena. All the works of Kalidas, especially dramatic works, have been translated into many major languages of the world. Means all those who got education in Nalanda universities, those who studied Sanskrit, they translated that story in their languages. The subject matter of Kalidasa works is love, nature and beauty. They nevertheless give reliable information about the government, society and religion of the Gupta period. Besides, they almost also contain traces of political history. After that, Kalidasa's language was what? Love, nature and beauty. After that, whatever information they could easily give about the government, that was possibly done by Kalidasa. Students, here we have completed that lesson. Up to evening, I will send the question answers to you of Gupta period.